My dear friends, last night the New York Philharmonic and I performed Mahler's Second Symphony, The Resurrection, in tribute to the memory of our beloved late president. There were those who asked, why the Resurrection Symphony, with its visionary concept of hope and triumph over worldly pain, instead of a requiem? Why indeed? We played the Mahler Symphony not only in terms of resurrection for the soul of one we love, but also for the resurrection of hope in all of us. I know of no musician in this country who did not love John F. Kennedy. We loved him for the honor in which he held art, in which he held every creative impulse of the human mind. This reverence for the life of the mind was apparent even in his last speech, which he was to have made a few hours after his death. He was to have said, America's leadership must be guided by learning and reason. Learning and reason. Precisely the two elements that were necessarily missing from the mind of anyone who could have fired that impossible bullet. Learning and reason. The motto we here tonight must continue to uphold with redoubled tenacity and must continue at any price to make the basis of all our actions. It is obvious that the grievous nature of our loss is immensely aggravated by the element of violence involved in it. And where does this violence spring from? From ignorance and hatred. The exact antonyms of learning and reason. Learning and reason. These two words of John Kennedy's were not uttered in time to save his own life, but every man can pick them up where they fell and make them part of himself, the seed of that rational intelligence without which our world can no longer survive. This must be the mission of every man of goodwill, to insist unflaggingly, at risk of becoming a repetitive bore, but to insist on the achievement of a world in which the mind will have triumphed over violence. We, musicians, like everyone else, are numb with sorrow at this murder and with rage at the senselessness of the crime. But this sorrow and rage will not inflame us to seek retribution. Rather, they will inflame our art. Our music will never again be quite the same. This will be our reply to violence, to make music more intensely, more beautifully, more devotedly than ever before. Is there more toil? Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me. My liberty, my liberty. I drink the I drink the for me. Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I crouch when owls do cry. On a bat's back I do fly after summer. blossom that under the blossom that hangs on the bough, hangs on the bough, under the blossom that under the blossom that hangs on the bough, hangs on the bough. I drink the air before me. I drink the air before me. I go